very simple. There are just two roads. One is wide, there are loads of people on it. But it's the road that leads to destruction. Thankfully, there is another road. It's a narrow path. Only few people find it, but it's the only road that leads to eternal life. If that doesn't surprise you, then maybe this will, because the Bible insists you don't have to take a wrong turn to find yourself on the wrong road. You're already on it. You need to be changing lanes. Religion. What does that word do for you? Make you laugh? Make you cry? Make you angry? Maybe even all three. For sure, religion stirs the emotions. Some would die for it. Others would love to kill it. Many great and many gross things have been done in religion's name. But have you ever wondered why human beings are so incredibly religious? And they are. Whether you climb the Himalayas or cut through the deepest rainforest, wherever you find human beings, you'll find them to be a worshipping people. And whether it's Arsenal or Allah that you follow, it's hard to avoid the fact that we do seem to be hardwired for worship. Even some atheists can get religious about what they believe. But why? There just has to be a reason why. Is it a design feature from a creator God who made us to be a worshipping people? Or is it a crutch, a kind of drug for weak people to help them through the hard realities of their dead-end lives? Karl Marx, the founder of communism, called religion the drug of the masses. The reason there are so many worshippers, he thought, is because there are so many who just can't hack a hard life. Religion takes them for a ride. They get high on God. It flies them on a trip far away from the depressing fact that we're nothing more than a collection of chemicals, a pointless product of chance.
But it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that his statement is seriously flawed. What about the many weak people who are not religious? And what about the many strong people who are? And what about the worshippers who don't have a hard life? And what about those who have a hard life because of their faith? Masses of people on every continent, from every culture, in every century, religious in life, religious to their death. But why?
Why are so many people so religious? And why are so many kinds of people so religious? Surely it's worth considering the possibility that the reason human beings can't stop worshipping is because worship is something we were created to do. What do you think? Would it surprise you now if I said the last thing you need in your search for God is religion? Well, I'm going to say it anyway because it's true. The last thing you need in your search for God is religion. Believe me, it will just leave you feeling lost and confused. During World War II, there was a real possibility that there'd be a full-scale land invasion onto our island. So just in case, many of the road signs around the country were taken down. Imagine that, driving without a sat-nav or a single sign. You wouldn't know which way to turn. But when you think about it, religion is much more confusing than that. God's this way. No, he's this way. No, he's this way. All the countless different religions of the world pointing us in countless different directions. In fact, the only thing that's clear about religion is that it's impossible for them all to be right.
Well, if there is a God, we don't need religion. We need God to show us that he's there, and to show us what he's like. And if there is a God, we don't need religion. We need God to save us from this wrong road that we're on. And if there is a God, we don't need religion. We need God to make things right between us and himself. That's called relationship. What a relief it is to discover that Jesus didn't come to earth to bring us religion. He came to bring us the three things we needed most.
We're going to turn to the Bible now and begin to discover that there's only one way to find God. And it's not through religion at all. It's through his one and only Son, Jesus Christ. Nearly there. If I ask you to paint a picture of what God is like, represented as an animal, what animal would it be? A roaring lion, a cuddly panda, a strong elephant, a cuddly puppy. Well, actually, I'm not going to ask you to do that, because whenever people play guessing games about what God is like, they end up creating new religion and worshipping a false God. It's one of the reasons why there are so many religions in the first place, and it's one of the reasons why we need revelation so much.
Jesus is God's greatest and clearest revelation about himself. So if you're serious about searching for God, then the best place to start is not with man-made religion, it's with the truth. It's with the one who came from God and provides the only way to God. Jesus could not have been clearer. He's the only way for people to change lanes from the wide road that leads to destruction onto the narrow road that leads to eternal life.
Thank you for beginning your journey towards knowing God. Please stick with the course through each of the sessions to discover how it was that human beings came to be on the wrong road in the first place, and how it is that only Jesus can make a change of lanes a reality for you too.